my channel. It's that time again for Throwing Shade Eyeshadow Roulette, where we go ahead and we shop our stash, roulette style, and see if we can come up with different looks. As suspected, I did run out of 3 shades because they were samples, and the 3 that I ran out of was this one, which was Clandestine, and then we had Chupacabra, which is in somewhere around, it was somewhere, and then right here was Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. I'll go ahead and insert a look. It's not the best picture, but I'm going to insert a look of pretty much what I panned, and it was absolutely amazing. I loved using Babysitter and the Man Upstairs all over the lid. I used Clandestine a lot of times in my outer corner and on my lower lash line. Chupacabra, I went ahead and I blended out eyeshadows with it. It was really, really nice. The only thing that I didn't really get a chance to work with a lot is this Lancome in Successorize. I've maybe used it once or twice. So I haven't made a decision on it quite yet on whether or not I want to go ahead and declutter it or what. I'm going to have to mess around with it just a little bit more, but it is nice and pigmented. And then of course for my No Photos Please, I worked on the shade No Comment, and I did use that a few times in my lower lash line. It's been a month, so I didn't really post as much as I should have on Instagram, and I'm really sorry about that, but this was the shade that I was working on. I really loved it in my outer lower lash line. It's beautiful all over the lid. So yeah, I promise that this next month I'll be a lot better with posting pictures. But in the meantime, I do have a tutorial for you using all 5 shades. I was prepared because I just knew I was going to run out. So here it is. I wanted to make this tutorial for you because I'm dealing with samples and I didn't want to run out before I was able to do a tutorial because this is just so much fun for me. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. Well, okay, I have a little bit of an idea, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I already primed my eyes as usual with the Ulta primer in Champagne, and to make it matte I ended up using the MAC Painterly paint pot. So as you know, if you saw my throwing shade, I ended up pressing some of these into my empty Naked palette, and I'm going to start with this Darling Girl, the Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. This is from their Urban Legends collection, and this is a really pretty like yellowy green duochrome, and it's right there. So I've just got this Naked 3 dual-ended brush, and I'm going to take this all over the lid. Wow. This is my first time using this and I am just wow. Wow, okay. Wow, okay. Normally they come in loosed, not loosed, but loose shadows. So, but because these were in sample baggies, I wanted to press them. So wow, I really like that. I'm going to take my other end of the Naked 3 and then I'm going to go into this Makeup Revolution No Photos Please. It's upside down. And I'm taking this shade right here, which is called No Comment. Which is a gorgeous shade, and I'm just going to kind of just take it on the edge there. I should have done my crease colors first. Which which I normally do, but I didn't do that this time. Weird. This is my first time using Makeup Revolution eyeshadows as well, so so far I'm pretty impressed. They are really soft and certainly pigmented. Okay, I'm going to take my MAC 217 and I'm going to go into this shade right here, and this shade is also from their Urban Legends collection, and this is called Chupacabra. And I'm going to go into my crease. Like I said, I normally go in with the crease color first. I didn't do that this time. Maybe I should have. If you were wondering how I press pigments, I use a little bit of the alcohol, and then I also use jojoba oil, which I got at either TJ Maxx or Marshall's. Just a couple drops. It seems to be working really well. Next, I am going to go ahead and take this Lancome eyeshadow, and this is in the color design, and it's a matte, and it's called Successorize. Never used this before, but I'm going to dip the same shade, the MAC 217, knock that off, and then I'm going to go and deepen up this crease some. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but you know, that really is kind of dark, isn't it? I think what I'm going to do is do what my friend Amy said and blend out this with Chupacabra. I did not expect this to be pigmented. I know a lot of people talk about Lancome not being great, but that's really pigmented. Of course, you can't really know an eyeshadow just from using it once. In my experience with project panning, like there's been brands that I absolutely loved, and then whenever I started a project pan, I realized once you actually got into the meat of it, it wasn't that as great as everyone says. So this look is going to be really interesting. Next, I'm going to take this fluffy brush, and this is from the Naked Smoky palette, so I'm going to take this end right here. And I'm going to go back into this right here, which is the Chupacabra. And I'm going to blend that out. Or try to, at least. This is very colorful. Jessica, you would love this. See? I do color. This is a lot denser than I thought it was. For some reason I remember it being fluffier than that, but that's okay. It's all good. In fact, I'm going to take my Sigma brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend that out some more. As you can tell, I'm a little unsure about this. Next, I'm going to take the other end of the Naked Smoky palette, and I really love this end, I really do. And then I'm going to take this shade right here, and this shade is called Clandestine. I believe in my intro for this, I called it Clandestine, but I'm pretty sure it's Clandestine. And I'm just going to take a little bit, and I am going to put that in my lower lash line. And I'm thinking that I need to go ahead and go back into this shade right here and kind of just go over what I blended out some. See, this is why I normally like to do my crease first, because you kind of skip this step. I know it's using up less eyeshadow, but I find it works for me better. Okay. And that's pretty much the look that I came up with. Okay, so that was the tutorial, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Also, if you are interested in Darling Girl, because I know I'm obsessed, I do have a code, and it's Amanda10. Trust me, you guys want to try it. I absolutely love Darling Girl, and no, I don't get paid or anything if you buy anything. It's just something that the owner went ahead and granted me for you guys. So I definitely would check them out. Okay, so to bring in new shadows for throwing shade, I went to random.org, as I always do, to pick out the shades. The first one I picked was 164 Interstellar, which is a galaxy and space themed. And for that, I'm going with my trusty Moondust palette. Not trusty, but this is pretty much, if it's intergalactic, galaxy, space, I'm going with this. And for that, I want to mess with this shade right here, and it's called Element. I really think it's just a beautiful shade. So I really want to I just want to play with that and see what kind of looks I can come up with. The next one I have is 174, which is New in Town, which is a new shadow. And for that, I'm going with Darling Girl. This is one of the spectral shifts, and it's called Smarties. And these are the sample jars, which is nice. So let's give this a swatch for you. It's this right here. But what's really cool about it, and I'll show you in a second, I'll show you what it does, which is really cool. I really like the spectral shifts. So I'm going to go with the next one. It's going to be 139, which is X-Files. Anything with X in the name. And I'm going with my NYX palette, which is the No Photos Please palette. And I'm going to go with this shade right here, which is called Back Exit. So it has an X in the name, and it's a black. And I'm going to show you real quick what the spectral shifts do. So I just dip that. Kind of changes it. It changes the color of pretty much everything. So that makes it sort of like a green shade, very wearable shade, because I'm not a big fan of black. So there you go for that one. The next one is number 46, which is Purple Haze, and that is a purple shadow. And I'm going with this shade right here, which is by Hot Mess Beauty. That's it right there. And then the next one, I'm going with 146, Grapes of Wrath, and it is a grape theme or color. And I'm going back into my No Photos Please. This is going to be a purple month. Purple month. I'm really excited because purple is my favorite color. I'm going to go with this shade right here. It's really pretty purple. Let me go ahead and swatch that for you. So it looks like that. So yeah, those are my shades for throwing shade, and so hopefully I will either declutter some of these or find a way to make them work or fall in love with them. We'll see. We'll just have to see. So be sure to go ahead and check out everybody else that's doing throwing shade, and I will see you guys next time. Be sure to go ahead and give this a like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.